Millions of people could have problems flying later this year because of a looming deadline for so-called real ID documents at airports. The U.S. Travel Association says, get this, as many as 182 million Americans may not have the right driver's license or ID card to pass through airport security. Now, the nation's airports want the Trump administration to delay the October 1st deadline requiring so-called real ID. Kris Van Cleave is at Dwight D. Eisenhower Airport in Wichita, Kansas. Kris, good morning. I think a lot of people are thinking, you know, my ID looks pretty real when I take it out of my wallet. So why are airports warning about chaos?
Well, good morning. Airports really want people to start paying attention to this sign. They know only about 3 in 10 Americans have a real ID. And Congress is getting worried, too. A number of lawmakers sent a letter to DHS asking what the contingency plan is so people don't show up at an airport like this one October 1st and learn they can't fly.
It's the must-have for 2020, a real ID compliant form of identification. Stephen Reese is updating his driver's license.
I just want to have it ready so if I want to travel, I can. And we have a son overseas that we want to go see and visit.
The Real ID Act was passed in the wake of 9/11 after several of the hijackers improperly obtained state IDs. A compliant Real ID will be required starting October 1st to board a plane, enter a federal building, or a military base. But many states have been slow to implement. Oregon and Oklahoma won't start issuing them until this summer.
The potential is catastrophic.
Tori Barnes from the U.S. Travel Association says 57% of Americans really don't even know about the October 1st deadline.
We're absolutely not Real ID ready at all. We know 99 million Americans don't have a Real ID. It's going to be Thanksgiving 2020 where grandma goes to get on a plane and she can't go see her grandkids.
That could cause chaos at airports.
80,000 people on the first day could be turned away, about 500,000 in the first week, and $300 million is what that could cost in economic loss.
These Real ID licenses require extra documentation, forcing some to make multiple trips to the DMV.
I ain't bring what I'm supposed to bring.
You'll need a valid ID, passport, or birth certificate, proof of your social security number and date of birth, plus 2 items proving state residency.
You have to have the gold star on your ID.
TSA officers at airports nationwide are now warning flyers they won't be able to get to their flights come October.
Really? Yes.
Unless they update their IDs, and states are urging people to do it now.
We will be as ready as we can.
Richard Holcomb runs the Virginia DMV.
When I talk to officials like yourself and I ask, are you guys going to be ready for this deadline? Is your state going to be ready for this deadline? I kind of get an answer like, we hope so.
We're doing everything we can. You know, we're a little concerned about 1.8 million Virginians coming into our offices between now and October 1.
So he's deployed what he calls his secret weapon. 4 converted buses rolling through Virginia up to 4 days a week. They are fully functioning mobile DMVs. Jane Stanley got in without even waiting.
Way easier and shorter lines.
All right, now Congress is looking at a proposal to make PreCheck, your TSA PreCheck that gets you expedited screening here, work as Real ID. Also, your passport, a global entry card, or a military ID will work. And I know nobody wants to go to the DMV, but the time is now. Guys, do you have your Real ID?
No.
I do not have mine yet. No.
I love, Kris, when you were talking to the official there and you say your voice goes up a couple of octaves. That's never a good sign. We're working on it.
Yeah. When the head of the DMV says we're a little concerned, that means they're very concerned.
But at least we're getting the word out, so that's good. Thank you very much.
But a lot of people still don't know. Kris, thank you very much.
No, Wendy, one of the producers here, hi Wendy, was standing in line. She had an appointment and she said she had to wait 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah, that's right.
Now at least
and the lines are only going to get longer.